titles, USBC titles.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Derek Michaud, and this is another episode of Flush in the Pocket. And tonight, we are joined by a great friend of mine. And she is, we battle, when the Bruins play the Sabres, but she's a sweetheart and one hell of a bowler. PWBA star. You know her as Michelle Frank. That's when she was on tour. That was her name. She has obviously since married. Please welcome PWBA bowler, former bowler, Michelle Sterner. Hi, how
Hello.
are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
This is going to be awesome. I'm great. This is going to be
I'm
a lot of
excited.
fun.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let me make sure that okay. So how did you start bowling?
My parents. My parents were huge into it, and then they got us going when I was 3 years old. And we just get this alley ball and just go throw it down the lane. And then as I got older, I just became more interested in it.
Yeah. Who coached you?
My father.
Your father.
Very instrumental in my bowling today.
Oh, there you go. So, what accomplishment made you ready for to try the tour?
Well, as you know, I grew up in Buffalo, so I bowled with pretty much the best amateur men in the in the country. Mike Falero, Dave Gwindon, Mike Newman at that time, and Pat Brick. So I was bowling tournaments, and I never aspired. I love bowling so much, but I never thought I was good enough to be on tour. And I was bowling, and they're like, "No, Red, you need to go. You really need to start." And I'm like, all right. And I tried it, and that's where it started. It was the encouragement of the male bowlers in Buffalo, to be perfectly honest with you.
So Buffalo, Ryan Simonelli's from there. Liz Johnson is from there. Tommy Baker's from there.
Yeah.
Doug Kent. Did you have a relationship with those bowlers back then, or?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Lizzie became one of my good friends and my teammate.
Mm-hmm.
I know Bakes for years. He bowled with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, I saw Ryan grow up, so I've known Ryan for a long time. And Dougie, I met when he was on tour, and I'd go watch them bowl.
Well, that's awesome. So how did you let's see, how did you get on? Let me see if I didn't ask this. What's your ball staff resume like? How did you what was the first ball staff you were on? How did you get? I know right now you're with Brunswick.
Yeah.
How did you come full circle to be with them? So
well, interesting story. I was on Ebony for 10 years.
Okay.
And then in 2015, something, I think everything was going on with the company, and I was let go. So I've been I was just trying different things, on and off. And then a few years ago, Dave Watka became the DM of our territory. And I've known Dave Watka forever, and we've been good friends. And I sent my resume, and he told me if they had room. And then, so I'm really back where I was just 6 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I love this stuff. I love great success with it.
So, and I am so bad because I forgot to mention that this is presented by Brunswick. I don't know if you, I know you saw yesterday.
I saw it. Yeah.
So I have a big mouth. So if Dave has a problem with me saying this, he'll tell me. But yesterday I got a hold of Dave, and we were trying to figure out a way for Brunswick to sponsor this, because it's always been my dream to have Brunswick on the name of anything that I do,
Right.
backing me. And so he said, well, I'll tell you what, if you want to say Flush in the Pocket podcast presented by Brunswick, I'll send you 3 balls and some shirts. You could either use them yourself. Don't tell me that, because I'm going to, and or I could raffle them off. I'm going to. I'm not.
Right.
You
should.
I'm sorry, people that wanted me to raffle them off. They're mine. So this is this is gonna be awesome. So So
I think
yeah,
it's great.
Flush in the Pocket podcast presented by Brunswick. Thank you, Dave. And I mean, this thing, I didn't think this thing was going to take off. I mean, I thought I'd have one guest, maybe two, because I know you and I are good friends, but I thought Parker was going to be my only interview. And then after Parker, I was like, that's where I need to go with this. That's how I need to take this. I need to interview pro bowlers or top level bowlers. And luckily I got a lot of yes. Yeah, sure,Ll do it. And it's crazy. I mean, I appreciate.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is awesome. So what was your best moment on tour?
My best moment. I kind of have a little bit too.
Mhm.
My first one was my first tournament. I bowled with my girlfriend. It was the doubles at Samstown,
Mhm.
and it's crazy. I started out the tournament with 129, had a ball drilled for the next day, and I shot 300, my first 300 ever, and we made the cut. So my first tournament ever, I made the cut, and I shot 300. That was the best. That was my best feeling. And the second one was when I bowled Carolyn Durham Ballard in a match. I shot 299 against her.
Would you leave?
Ring 10.
Okay.
I remember that
All right.
ring 10.
So
And I was using hammer.
Wow.
Mhm.
I just realized something. You're a female Steve Jarrow, so let me explain why. You didn't do it on TV, but you shot 129 and 300, just like he did.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he did it on TV.
No, I didn't do that on TV. I was mortified. You know, my first tournament, I was just like, holy cow, this is not happening to me. But yeah, it was very cool. It was a very cool moment for me.
So not to go back, but how devastating was it to lose Throughway Lanes?
It was heartbreaking. It was such a staple.
Mhm.
Loved bowling there, big house, could hold tournaments. It was very sad. Like all the bowling centers, the big bowling centers, it's heartbreaking that are going down, and losing through it was bad. It was a huge history there with bowling and family and stuff.
So there was not to put you on the spot, but there was a commercial on TV. I think it was like Strike FX, and everybody said, you know, bowling's not a dying sport, or is bowling a dying sport? I guess that was the question. In your opinion, do you think bowling or professional bowling is a dying sport?
That's a really, really, really iffy question.
Okay.
I don't want to say it's a dying sport. Different. It's different than when I was. I hope it's not dying. I know they're trying their best to, you know, keep it going, but it's just different. The format's different. You know, it's different. I don't know if I want to say it's dying. I can't really comment on that. I don't know if I want to say it's dying.
No. Like I said, not trying to get anybody in trouble with this, but I mean, I kind of want to, you know, kind of take the gloves off a little bit and just say what you feel and whatnot. Hello, Adam.
Yeah.
So Adam is a big PBA super fan. He says, I remember Throughway Lane, so much history on the PBA tour.
Adam's a good guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think one of my favorite memories of Throughway Lanes as a PBA fan. I mean, I've never been there, but watching Doug Kent and Parker Bone go at it, and then you know, on Cheetah back in 2006. I mean, that was a really high scoring tournament. Of course, Doug did what Doug does in Buffalo, New York. He loves bowling in the state of New York. So what was your worst moment on tour?
My worst moment. Where I was, I've been up there like top 5 and then dropping to like almost, I don't have a particular moment. There's been some low times that are frustrating for me. There's been, I would say there was 2 tournaments that I was like up there and in it, and then all of a sudden I was out of it, and it was very frustrating. It's very disappointing. You know, I have high hopes and high aspirations, and it was very frustrating. So really, that's what. Yeah.
So when did you leave the tour, and why'd you leave?
It was 2002 when it folded. I had just gotten married, and my husband was very supportive, and it was very hard. It's a hard life. And like I started touring when I was younger. If I had started touring when I was 18 years old, probably, would have been in a better position. And then the tour stopped. I probably would have bowled more because my husband, like I said, was very supportive, but it stopped. And then, for 10 years, and, I'm older now. So I kind of lost out on some of that ability and the chances.
So you bowled on the tour all the way till 2003 when it folded. I mean, how was that? Was that nerve wracking? Like, I mean, I can't imagine bowling on tour not knowing the future. I wouldn't be able to throw it.
It's hard. It's very hard. You have to be a certain type of person, serious, and you have to commit. It's 100% commitment. You're not going halfway. You're not going, oh, okay, it's 100% commitment because this is going to be your life. This is what you're going to do.
So are you bowling any big tournaments now?
I bowl my states. I bowl nationals. I bowl queens. I won't be able to bowl the U.S. Open because it's just my job and time constraints and stuff.
Sure.
I'd like to try a couple stops, but it all depends on time and what I can do. It's like a job. It's just,
Are you, if you don't mind me asking, are you still bartending in Lewiston? No?
No, I'm not. No,
Oh,
I do now. I'm just a pharmacy tech now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I've stopped doing that a long time. I had enough. I did it. I loved waitressing and bartending. And I did it for so long. I just, and then my future, I was like, I can't keep doing this. I'm done.
Yeah. So for people watching, I mean, I know about Lewiston, New York. I know there's a Lewiston, Maine. I've been there many times, but yeah. What was the best thing about being a professional bowler?
The recognition, the respect. When you do pro-ams and all these people are so excited to get your autograph, and it was just so cool for me. And I had this one little fan, and he loved me, and it was just it just made me feel good. Like I loved being around that. I really did. I enjoyed being around it. I enjoyed bowling. I loved bowling. I mean, I just bowled, and I just wish I had done it when I was younger, gotten into it when I was younger, but I wasn't interested.
Right. So, I mean, it's not. It doesn't take much for people to like you or love you because I mean, you and I have been Facebook friends for a long time, and I think I friended you because I knew name Michelle Frank and Sterner. Okay, so I mean, you really are. I mean, you have got a heart of gold, and you're just solid all the way around.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel the same way about you. You're a very good man.
Thank you very much. She doesn't like my hockey team, but
no,
it's what's on the inside that counts.
Exactly.
So, what is the difference between bowling big non-professional events now versus pro events?
Oh, it's different. Way different. Are you talking about women? Like the women?
No, just like, yeah. I mean, whatever you want to say. I mean, like, okay. So, I mean, obviously bowling the state, or isn't there, there's a Queens in New York, isn't there?
Correct.
Okay. That's different from the USBC Queens.
Sure.
Well, but I mean, and the big tournaments that are not professional, I mean, is the mindset the same? Like what pressure rules? What's different? I guess.
Mindset's different. Mindset's the same. You want to bowl. You want to do your best. You want to perform at the highest level possible. Whether you're bowling for, I'm that person. I'm very intense. Whether I'm bowling for 500 or 5,000, my intensity is the same. I'm going to want to do the best I can each time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Did you bowl that tournament that Doug hosted at Rose Bowl?
No,
recently?
I couldn't because I was coaching. I coach now. I help. I'm assistant coach for Duville girls college bowling.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I was coaching.
Excellent. Okay. I don't know why my computer is acting weird, but who did you look up to before going on tour?
Lisa Wagner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about? What was it about Lisa?
Loved her passion.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of fiery. I liked her a lot. I liked watching her bowl.
Do you think because she's the winningest bowler in women's professional bowling with 32 titles? I think it's her and Alita Sill are tied, or You think
Mhm.
that'll ever be broken?
I don't know. Depends
Yeah.
how this tour is gonna go.
Right.
It's different. It's so different now, bowling just in the weekend, and then instead of bowling the whole week. Bowl 50. We bowl at least 50 some games a week. Then you travel. Then you go. Now they condense everything.
Hmm.
The talent is. I'm not saying weren't talented, but the talent is amazing now. The kids are, coming up with just great coaching and great experiences. Like we didn't
Hmm.
have junior gold. Like I would
Hmm.
have loved to experience something like that when I was young, to get the experience that these kids have when they come up.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's different. I don't know. It just depends how long it's going to go. I would like for it to see that happen, but see how it happens.
So when you made your, I only know, this is going to sound really bad out of me, and I apologize. I only know of one show that you made, because I think there's a YouTube video of a show that you made in '94. I know you made a few shows.
No, I made
Um,
one. It was 98. That was it.
okay.
That was it. Yeah.
Okay. Um, what were you sponsored? Did you have sponsors back then?
No,
No.
I did
Wow.
not. Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Jimmy Callahan was the AMF rep, and
Oh,
he drilled me some stuff. So.
nice. Jimmy's a really nice guy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh yeah. So a lot of pros, I know a lot of the men, they traveled via motorhome. I don't know if a lot of the women did. I guess maybe they did. How did you travel from stop to stop?
I was in a roommate, a couple of roommates. We traveled in the car all over the
Yep.
country.
Okay.
Mhm. Crazy.
So it's kind of a uh, who was tough to beat when you were bowling on tour?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
We're very everybody's up there to win. Your friends after, but when you're bowling,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Only, sure. She was very intense. She was tough to bowl. Wendy's tough to bowl.
Yep.
They're small. It does their thing. When it should be.
Right. We're having some that kind of broke up just a little bit, but
Okay. You want me to say?
Yeah, just say one more time, I guess.
Okay. So my toughest competitor, I can't say one. Cheryl Daniels was one of them. Great competitor. Wendy McPherson, Carol Giannotti, Carolyn Dorn Ballard. They're all tough because they're out there to do one thing. It's their job. They're there to win. So they're not messing around. This is not for fun. This is, okay, I want to beat you no matter, and in the bar after we go have a drink and everything's fine. So
Right.
it's just all about competition. Everybody's tough. When you're on there, everybody's tough because everybody wants to win. And that's the way it should be.
Right. I mean, you and I are friends, but if I asked you for $10,000, you'd be like, yeah, sorry, honey, I can't do that.
Right. Right.
So
It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm sure you remember Tom Doherty's 100 on TV, where he just looked like his ball reaction was just all over the place. What was the worst ball reaction you ever had?
It was in, I was trying to think about this the other day. I was at Cherry Bowl in Rockford.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had a ball reaction like that ever since. I bowled so under. I was so upset, embarrassed, because I've never bowled that bad, and it was a major, and that was the worst ball reaction I ever had. Worst. I've never experienced anything like that.
Hammer Players Championship. Am I correct on that?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. I couldn't remember, but you're right. Yes, it was crazy.
So like, what was going on? Was it like, did you have a wet dry, or was it a?
Oh, good Lord. I just couldn't get comfortable. And I think it was wet, dry. Nothing what I did, nothing surfaced, nothing I drilled. I mean, it was just kind of like one of those tournaments where I was dumbfounded. I just didn't know what to do. And the other reps out there were helpful. So, but it was just nuts.
Yeah. Well, I remember watching a tournament in Rockford before the tour folded, and they were bowling on a 35-foot pattern. And when I think 35 feet, I think something like Cheetah. old cheetah or pattern E,
Mhm.
whatever the hell you want to call it. And I
Mhm.
was watching this, and this does not play like a 35-foot pattern, because it was just it was a wood lane surface and just everything. I mean, people were shooting 160s. I think Kelly shot
Mhm.
160 on that show. I mean,
It's very easy there. It's the house. I think it's just the topography and what that house does. But man, it just, whew, it was rough house. It was rough house.
what was the best ball reaction you ever had?
My best ball reaction,
Hmm.
probably the one I made the show. I had the best ball reaction, but I had the worst match play.
Okay.
Worst match play. Yeah, I was gonna say that the time I made the show, it was just effortless, and I bowled really, really good.
Yeah. So if somebody says to you, okay, Michelle, you can oil the lanes any way you want. This is off the sheet. What are you doing? Are you oiling it so you have to go around the lanes, or are you hooking it so you can play straight up the boards?
Oh, probably give it a little. I can get a little belly, little, probably a little more shorter oil action, like back in the day. That's when I learned how to hook it and stuff. So yeah, I'm not. I can do both, but I prefer to hook it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you so we talked about that.
Mhm.
How did you come to be on Brunswick staff? You said
Dave.
right. Okay.
And you know what? I just love the stuff, and
Yeah.
I just started throwing it, and then I just kept going and going and going and support, and then they combined, and I thought, oh boy, this would be great if I get on staff, because I've always loved Hammer and I've always loved Columbia. I know, and I like Ebonite, so it just worked out good, and I match up really well with equipment, so it's very good, very versatile.
Yeah.
We can compete with the other ball companies. It's not like people are saying, but it's very versatile. Each line has something to go to. It's pretty amazing.
So I got to throw Brunswick because I used to email Parker way back in 99, 2000, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So in 99, I had a Storm ball in my bag and I had a Brunswick target zone. So I was like, okay, I want to get another ball, but I want to be a one company guy. So I'm either going to pick a Storm ball or a Brunswick ball. Well, because Parker and I were emailing, I just said, you know what, he's my friend. I'm gonna go with Brunswick, and I was never on staff, but everybody today, Chris Johnson has said this to me and I've had to clarify this on Facebook so many times. Everybody considers me a Brunswick staffer, even though I'm not one.
Your
Everybody's
support
like,
is amazing, though. It does help.
yeah.
You support the brand. I mean, it's
Oh,
because you like it.
I live for the brand. I really do. Are you on a shirt staff?
I am.
Ooh.
Chameleon jerseys.
Oh.
Yes, they're out of Texas.
I guess you'll never be a customer of mine.
I'm sorry. I know you're cool, Wick. I know.
No, I'm Bullify.
Oh, Bullfight. I'm sorry. No, Bullfight. Oh,
hey,
sorry.
Tim, if
bad.
you're watching this,
I know.
okay.
I'm sorry. My bad. No. Yes, I know. I will not be. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That is hilarious.
I'm sorry.
And it's funny too, because when I got on Bullify staff, my buddy Jerry Donna, he was like, he's good enough to be a pro, but he's never been pro. He's like, he told me one day, he's like, hey, I'm on Bullify staff. I'm like, what is that? What do you mean? Oh, well, I get all their shirts and stuff like that. And so 2020 was a terrible year. And I don't know, I just said end of 2020, I was like, I'm going to look into this Bullify staff. And so I signed up on Bullify, and then I got an email, and I'm kind of an over anxious kind of person. I got a thing that said, showed like my sales or whatever. Obviously everything was at zero because I was just a staffer. And I was like, I was on Facebook. I was frantic. I was like, okay, guys, can you help me set this up or whatever? So I finally got a hold of Tim, and he was like, hey, listen, you got to sign a contract. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't want to sign anything. But it was one of those things that was like, you ever go on like on a website and you have to agree to terms. That I didn't sign anything. It was one of those things. So, and it was a real long contract too. And because he said, I don't care if you're a 129 average bowler or 229, as long as you're a good person, you represent us well and whatnot. So I was like,
yes.
okay. So I said, basically, because I didn't want to read the whole thing. So I said, basically, if I represent you guys well and just, be a reputable person, I'm all set. And he says, yeah. So I signed it. So I've been with them ever since. And I love their stuff. Like, I feel like not to
Good.
name drop any other jerseys, but I feel like it's a high five gear, because when I first saw those jerseys, I was like, I want one of those. I really do. I'd love one of those with my name on the back. I'm obsessed with having my name on the back for some reason. And like I do, I feel like it's Bullify is amazing.
Good. That's good for you.
Absolutely. So, thoughts on professional bowling today?
It's just different.
Yeah.
So it's different. Yeah. When I was, let's see, when I was on tour, I think, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the dynamic is different. I think women back in the day used to take it seriously, like seriously, that was their, but these women it's more of, more athletic. I don't know if I can explain this right. It's hard to explain. Like,
Oh, you're good.
I'm trying to think, because I don't want to discredit what we did.
No,
the women were
you're
athletes.
not.
The women did an amazing job. But these girls now, they're on regimens, and it's definitely more athletic, and it's grueling. And to me, I mean, a whole week is grueling, but they're doing it in a few days. And that's I've done a few, and it's a toll. And I used to think doing it the whole week. But I give a lot of credit to these girls for, putting the time and the effort into it. There's a lot of good girls out there.
So if I called you, off the sheet, if I called you Monday and said, hey, Tuesday, I'm going to pick you up and we're going to go bowl. We're going to bowl for a week, and we're going to bowl 56 games between today and Sunday, what would you say to me?
We can try. I don't know how it's going to go. We can try. I'm not sure I can do that anymore, but we can see.
Yeah. That's great stuff. So let's see. I think, So right now we were going to do a thing called going flush in the pocket. I don't know when the last time you bowled 300 was, but you're going to do it right now.
I am.
And it's just 12 questions. And every podcast I've seen, everybody does 10 frames. I'm like, let's be different. So obviously I think I know the answer to this, but favorite sports team?
Buffalo Bills.
Okay, so if somebody said you could watch the Bills because I think there's just the Bills, the Sabres, the Bisons. I mean, I know that's
the Bandits. Bandit. Yeah. Bills.
Who's the Bandits? Is that another AHL team?
That's a lacrosse team.
Okay. So if somebody said you can only watch one sports team, it's the Bills?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Listen, I know it kills you. I love the Sabres, but I love my Bills.
No, listen, I don't. What I love about this is you're a Bills fan. That means you're an absolute drop dead Patriots hater, and I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
You can take that to the bank.
Oh my God. So my biggest problem with the Patriots is I guess if you're not cheating, you're not trying, but the whole Deflategate thing and just
sad.
And another big thing with Patriots, I think honestly, is a little bit of jealousy. Because I'm like, why can't the Bruins be that good? What the hell? I'm pissed.
I think it's exactly what it goes down to. And the Patriots are in a division. It's a rivalry. That's what makes it fun.
Oh man, I can't wait till the Bills and Cowboys play in the Super Bowl. Oh man.
Oh no, you're not a Cowboys fan.
I am. Oh, you didn't know that?
No. That's very sad. That is very, very sad. No, I did not.
I swear you had to have. Thing. Oh. Well, here's the thing, right? Hold on. Adam's got to say something. He says, oh, yeah. You're definitely yeah. So here's the thing. I'm not a diehard. Like if football went away, I would be okay with that. I mean, I just
Yeah.
would be. But to see I can't remember his name, the guy that played for the Bills, number 3. Come on, help.
Oh,
What was his name?
yes, but I'm drawing it blank. It's
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll think of it. But I know who
No,
you're
I
talking
got you. But I was heartbroken. I couldn't imagine. And it was just I felt so bad for him. So I think I know the answer to this because I just put this out there so you can take a shot at me because I know how much you love to do it. Who's your least favorite sports team?
What do you think? I'm gonna go with the Patriots, and it's gonna go Patriots and Bruins because I'm
Okay.
just saying Patriots and Bruins.
So
Dallas is a close second there too, buddy.
I got it. I got you. What is your problem with the Bruins? I'm just curious.
Rivalry.
Okay.
Well, rivalry.
Yeah. So you
That's
must hate
all.
the Rangers. You must hate the Rangers and Islanders and
Ottawa. Ooh, Ottawa.
I gotta say though, you're a play-by-play guy. I don't know if he's still doing it. I hope he lives to be 1,000 years old.
I know.
Oh my God.
I don't think he's doing it anymore, Rick. He's up there. I don't know if he's doing it anymore, but he was amazing. You can't. It's hard to watch a Bills game. It's hard to watch Sabres game without listening and not hearing him.
And you would listen to his voice and be like, "How's that a play-by-play voice?"
But I know.
To hear him say "score" the way he says it, it's just iconic.
It's very iconic. It's crazy.
Yeah,
loved it. I used to go. I used to go to more games because when they were good, and then I had time. And it was like I'd miss that. I loved being in the stands and loved rooting there, but I'd miss that. Hearing him.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it or not, I did at one point have a Sabres hat.
You did?
Yeah, because
was that blasphemy for you?
No, it was just. Listen, it was just. I don't know. I never heard of when I first started watching hockey. I thought the Sabres logo was amazing, and I don't know why. They should have never changed it, and I'm glad they changed it back. But I loved Dominic Hasek, Pat LaFontaine,
I know.
Dale Hawerchuk.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's tough to have two favorite teams in the same division. That's kind of that's like, hey, who's your two favorite hockey teams? Boston and Montreal. Yeah, no.
Right.
But what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never thought. I know you put that down. Do I have a guilty pleasure? Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Awesome. What's your go-to at Dairy Queen?
Small chocolate cone with chocolate sprinkles.
Ooh, I like it. So favorite music?
I like it all. I'm not a huge country person. I know.
That's right.
I like the older stuff, like 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I like the older stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, favorite food?
My mom's homemade chicken and dumplings.
Okay. All right. Favorite time of day?
Night. I hate mornings.
Oh, me too.
I'm not a morning person. I'm so not a morning person.
Okay. So I'm going to throw, I don't know if you know who Corey Kistner is, but he's coming on at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing something different with him. I'm going to ask you one of the questions I'm asking him. So we're doing 13 questions. But if you're dying of thirst, you're absolutely thirsty, you just want something to drink, what are you drinking? What is your go-to?
Water.
Yeah. So I need to
drink
more.
I disappoint you?
No, that doesn't disappoint me. Actually, so I know you've seen it on Facebook. My amazing girlfriend Jessica bought me a Bruins Yeti for Christmas.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Oh God, I love that thing. And I've been drinking water out of that. I've been drinking Pepsi out of that. I've been drinking Diet Pepsi. I know I need to drink a hell of a lot more water than I do soda, but
Yes.
I mean, having water in that is actually really freaking good. So what are you binge watching right now?
Actually, waiting for Stranger Things. I still have to finish Yellowstone this month, this season. But I'm waiting for Stranger Things. We're not really watching much right now. It's been busy,
Mm-hmm.
but I love to
Oh,
binge watch stuff. I'm
there you
terrible.
go.
I'll binge.
Nice. I actually started watching, and I'll probably pick it up when I get home. But I'm actually watching. I started watching Signs of a Psychopath. I'm a huge true crime guy.
So am I.
Are you
I didn't know
really?
that. Yeah.
We are gonna
Now, where's
talk.
it? What's that on? Yeah, what's that on? What channel is that?
All right.
Netflix?
So Discovery Plus.
Okay.
So
All
I don't
right,
know
I
what
got
you
it.
have for streaming devices, but
Uh,
here's the thing. And just want to let everybody know, Discovery Plus is not sponsoring this. It's my show. I can say whatever the hell I want. So as long as I'm respectful to my guests. Damn Sabres fans. Anyway,
right? Uh-huh.
so-
What about those Bruins?
yeah, right. 7-1, right?
Oh, really? Let's go now. Here we go. Game on.
So
You hate.
my goal in life is to meet you. You have no idea.
I know. I would love to meet you too.
So I don't know what you have for streaming services, but Discovery Plus, you can watch anything from ID shows to HGTV.
Oh yeah, I got that. Absolutely. Yeah, I will. I'll have to look at that.
So here's the thing: $4.99 if you want commercials, and this is a steal. I don't know why they didn't increase this. How much do you think it is without commercials?
Without commercials, at least 15.
Nope, $7.
That's like a no-brainer. Why would you not go without commercials, right? I'd be like, I'll pay the extra $2, whatever it is, dollar, whatever.
Yeah, you can go without a small Dairy Queen cone just for like one
I
a month.
could.
For, you know,
exactly.
So Adam wants to throw this out there.
And yeah, I lose more.
God.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Then you'd have to put me on right after we wouldn't be able to talk.
Oh my God, I know it, right? So, okay. So right now I'm in Port Charlotte, Florida, and I'm going home in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today. And so our direct neighbor, he's from Maine, but he bought a house here, and he's a big Bruins fan, and he yells as loud as he possibly can after every goal. And my parents are like, what? Why does he do that? And I'm like, he's not watching this. So, and I'm just like,
it's so funny. I do too.
Yeah.
Like they can hear me through the television. It's crazy.
Right. And that's how you enjoy it. That's how you enjoy it.
Exactly.
I mean, so do you collect sports cards?
No, my husband does, but I do collect. He has got me some really good merchandise. He's got me a Josh Allen cleats. He's got me a Josh Allen sign helmet before everything. Like I like Josh when no one liked Josh. I'm like, this kid's gonna be it. I'm giving him his chance. So I've got his stuff. We've got some really good stuff. When my husband's collects cards, but yeah, I'll have to send you a picture.
Please do. So if you don't mind me asking, is he out of the woods health wise?
Yes, he's cancer free.
Excellent.
Yes.
Hi, Sean.
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to ask on the podcast. I don't, people are private but.
Oh no, we're good with that. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Absolutely. Much. Favorite movie?
The Wedding Singer.
Yep. He's my favorite actor. I'm not a big movie guy, but he's,
I love him.
My favorite, of course, is The Longest Yard. He's wearing a Bruins jersey. The whole damn movie.
Of course, right? Of course.
Yeah. Best advice ever given.
Best advice ever given. Probably from my mother. that I'm worth more than I think I am. You know, I let people walk over me. She's like, you need to stand up for yourself. You're better than you think you are. You're better. You're in a better spot. You don't deserve some of the stuff you've been treated that's been coming your way. My mom is, yeah, she's my best advocate. So
Wow, I
anything
had
like
no
that, my mom.
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that about you. I mean, only because, I mean, you're a feisty person and all that stuff. But I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sorry that people do that to you. I really am.
Oh, it happens. It
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, absolutely. So, let's see here. Hang on one second. So last question: all-time favorite bowling ball.
My Columbia Pearl Rock.
Okay.
And my meltdown. Actually, I have two. I'm gonna lie. My Columbia meltdown was and that's a newer ball. The Pearl Rock was like back in the early 2000s, and then the meltdown is when I shot my highest series ever.
What's your highest series ever?
843.
843.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: if so, you're obviously a good bowler, and Liz Colkin, obviously, you know who Liz is.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hell of a bowler.
She is.
Um, she's gone on Facebook Live twice when she's in pursuit of 900, and she's missed it both times.
Yeah.
And you know, shot 87. I think she holds the record 879.
In New York.
And
Yep. And
yeah,
probably
so,
around the country, I think.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, yeah. Would you do something like that, or are you good enough? Because I would think you're good enough to be like, hey, listen, here's my phone. If you feel like you need to go Facebook Live, go Facebook Live. Just don't let me see it, because that would
Oh yeah,
drive.
I could do that. I could do that. It would drive me nuts though.
Oh,
She doesn't. She's like so like, Liz is my teammate. I don't know if you know that. I both stayed with her. She's a teammate.
okay.
So we're really good friends. So when she does it, I'm like, I just don't want to know. Just if you're gonna do it, go ahead, do it. I don't want to know. I mean, I've done it before. It's not like you know, to me, shooter 300 is special to me. I know
Mhm.
people, they're more common, but to me, a 300 is a 300, and it's very special to me. But I wouldn't. The way she's like, yeah, I'm gonna tape it, and she does awesome.
So okay, so we're done the questions, but we're good. You know, I'll keep you for a second here. If
Sure.
How are you? What is it like bowling states with you? Are you conversational, or are you just like, this is my stage, I need to perform? I know you're not a mean person, but when you got a bowling ball in your hand, like when I got a bowling ball in my hand, I'm not a nice guy. I'm just
I'm
not.
not. I'm not. I've got that kind of reputation because I want to win. It's not
Right.
personal. It's like I
No.
want to do good. And some people have kept it against me, and then they're missing out on my friendship, and they're missing out on me, which is fine. That's on them. It is what it is. Because we'll bowl each other. I'll be upset if I lose. Give me a few minutes, and we go to the bar and have a drink. I mean, because that's just how it should be. But I
Mhm.
expect every person to bowl me, whether they're handicapped or not, to want to beat me. Because if you're going to bowl, well, maybe not handicap, because when handicap
No.
leagues, but if you're going to bowl, you're going to bowl to win. Doesn't matter what you're bowling, you're going to bowl to win. You're going to bowl to win. That's what it comes down to. It's just not personal.
No. So Parker called me back in 2014 because he saw that I wrote on Facebook that I was trying to get on staff. So we
Mm-hmm.
played phone tag for a bit, and then he says, "Hey, listen, I can't put a contract in your hand, but what if I sent you a ball and a few shirts? What am I gonna do? Say no? Oh no, Parker, leave.
I know, right? No, I
Right.
can't do that.
No. But ever since he did that, I do not drink and bowl if I'm wearing anything Brunswick, anything. Do you have any adult beverages while you're bowling, or you just
Yes, I do.
you do? Hey,
Yeah.
no, listen, that's all good. I mean, but for me, I just don't. But yeah, I mean, I'm very cutthroat. I mean, man, I'd love to bowl doubles with you. This would be so fun. So if
Oh, it'd be fun,
if
yeah.
oh my god, so I was in Syracuse for the Northeast Regional Air National Guard tournament. If they ever go up that way, I know Syracuse and Buffalo is kind of a haul, I think, right? But
No, it's
yeah,
terrible. Flowers, not terrible at all.
okay. Well, if
Maybe
they're
that
What's that?
I said, give me a call every time. Message.
Awesome. Well, that was Flush in the Pocket with Michelle Sterner. And thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being you. You're amazing. The next one, I don't even know if the next one, but keep subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got some big content. We got some great past guests: Bob Learn, Parker Bone, Norm Duke. I can't believe how fast I got a yes from Norm Duke. That was crazy. He gave me his number and everything. But thank you very much for your time, and you enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. So that was Michelle Sterner. What a great person. A little bit of technical difficulties there, but hey, that happens. But anyway, have a good night. I got to go watch the rest of the Bruins game. So have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. And the next, we will figure out the next episode. Thank you. And always stay flush in the pocket. This has been Flush in the Pocket presented by Brunswick, the brands of Brunswick. Love you, everybody. Talk to you soon.